Ik zal maar blowout. Half off swimming suits, clogs, and a sunbalm of my own invention. Ja?
Hello everybody, and welcome back to a new episode of Magic Mirror. For those of you who are new here, hey, how you doing? In case you don't know what Magic Mirror is, it's a series that I do, that I watch a Disney or Pixar film, find a character or two or three or four or five or six or seven or eight or nine that I relate to, and I talk about it. So for today's episode, I watched Frozen. For those of you who haven't seen Frozen, you live under a rock. Or if you haven't heard of it, you live under a rock. It's about two sisters who live in Arendelle, and the one sister, Elsa, has ice powers. I mean, stuff obviously happens, but that's like what it's centered around. I have really mixed emotions on Frozen. When I first saw Frozen when it came out, I loved it. It's a great movie. And then Disney hyped it up way more than it needed to be hyped up, and now there's, you know, Frozen this, Frozen that, Frozen this, Frozen that, Frozen socks, Frozen underwear, Frozen food. I think that it's gotten way more hype than it needed to get, and there are many Disney movies that I think are up there as well as where Frozen is. Like, Frozen's a good movie, but so is Tangled, and Moana just came out, which is fantastic, but that's besides the point. So I related to two characters in this movie, one being Anna and one being Olaf. It's not very surprising. I figured it was gonna be that way. So I'm gonna start off with Anna. When Anna and Elsa were younger, like towards the beginning of the movie, they played together a lot, especially because Elsa was able to use her powers around Anna and they were able to build snowmen. As a younger sister, I always loved playing with my older sister, especially when we were younger. And I'm still best friends with my sister to this day, but of course we don't play together like we did when we were younger. I mean, we hang out. I mean, now I'm halfway across the country, so we either talk on the phone or talk via Skype. When we were younger, we played with things like American Girl dolls and Beanie Babies and Polly Pockets and had a dollhouse and all the other things that were popular back then, like Littlest Pet Shop. You know, they played together a lot when they were younger, and me and my sister played together a lot when we were younger. So I related to that, wanting to always play with my older sister. The way that Anna wakes up on Elsa's coronation day is probably the way that most girls wake up on a daily basis, but definitely the way that I wake up. Except it takes me a little bit longer to get out of bed. I don't really like getting out of bed. She like jumps out of bed. For some reason she's ready like that. That doesn't happen. But the way that her hair is when she sits up, like that's my hair every morning. It's a mess. Also, Anna's awkwardness when she interacts with Hans before they sing like Love is an Open Door and everything. That's how I always used to interact with guys, and if I was single I probably would still act that way with guys, but I am not. I don't know. I'm just always really awkward and don't know what to say, and then I'm like, awkward, meh. Also, Anna hates the cold, and the only reason you can tell she hates the cold is because during her journey to find Elsa, she complains about it a lot. She's freezing and shivering on her horse, and when she's walking through the snow, she's complaining about how she wished that her sister could have been like a tropical princess and bring summer and great weather to everybody. I absolutely hate the cold, and I hate the snow, which is really ironic because I go to school and I currently live in Chicago, but it is summer now, so I guess I don't have to worry about the cold weather. But when it is cold, I hate going outside. I don't like going in the snow. Elsa is all the family that Anna has left, especially after their parents die. That was a spoiler, but I really hope that everybody who watched this has seen Frozen by now. To Anna, Elsa is extremely important, and being shut out by Elsa sucks. And I'm somebody who's extremely family oriented, which I've talked about before. I've always been family oriented. I always want to help if I can, and Anna wants to help Elsa more than anything. And the last thing about Anna is when she gets struck in the heart by Elsa, and then, you know, Kristoff and Sven rush her back to the castle. Before she goes in the castle, she asks Kristoff if he's going to be okay, when she's the one who's like about to die by being frozen to death. And I do that all the time. I care about other people more than I care about myself, especially if you're somebody that I love, or you're my family or something like that, or friends. I will put you before me. So if I'm like on the verge of dying, I'm still gonna be like, but are you okay? That's what I'll be worried about. And on to Olaf. Olaf's quirkiness here and there is something that I personally relate to. One example would be of when he's running away from Marshmallow, the big like snow giant monster thing, and he's like, oh, I think we lost Marshmallow back there. And Marshmallow comes up and he's like, hey, we were just talking about you. All good things, all good things. I don't know, I love that. I think it's really funny because he's just like super sarcastic about it, but sounds like something that I would say. I'm just using that as one example, but you know, there's many more, like, I don't have a skull or bones, and oh, look, I've been impaled. Like, his just like quirkiness about bad situations are funny. Even when things are going on and they're running away from a snow giant, he's always so happy. I'm not always like that, but I aspire to be like that. I want to be happy as much as I can be. And one other thing about Olaf is he was going to sacrifice his life to help Anna survive from dying. He's a snowman, so if he stands next to a fire, he's gonna melt, therefore he will not exist anymore. And one of my favorite quotes throughout this whole movie is, love is putting someone else's needs before your own. I think it's beautiful. The whole ending of the movie is Olaf is willing to sacrifice his life for Anna. Anna is willing to sacrifice her life for Elsa, and everybody is just willing to take the love that they have for each other and protect each other. They would lose their lives for somebody that they love, and I think that it's absolutely beautiful. Hands down, I would sacrifice my life for any person in my family. I would sacrifice my life for my boyfriend. I would sacrifice my life for my friends. If I knew that you were gonna live, if it was me or you, I'd rather me. Take me so you can live your life. And the whole ending of the movie is everybody taking the love that they have for each other and putting it on the line and saying, I love you so much, I'm willing to sacrifice my life. I think that it's absolutely beautiful, and it's a wonderful, wonderful conclusion to the movie. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Buttons are right down there. Let me know in the comment section down below which character you think you relate to the most in Frozen, or any other comments that you want to put down there, and I will see you guys next time.